Hello and welcome. Yig here. Today we are looking at Lotus Lantern Rescue Mother, where you use a Lotus Lantern as your meta progress in a roguelite to rescue your mother. So, the title says it all. So, this game is a really cool game. If you liked Hades, or if you know Realm of Ink or White Snow, these are all very similar in how they function and the type of mechanics. You'll be familiar with this. If you are not, hopefully this gameplay shows you what you want to see. So if you do find that you like this gameplay and you want to pick up the game, there'll be a link to the Steam page in the description if you want to help the channel out. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. So let's take a look at it, and quickly we will go over what the progression is. I've done about 9 runs, which isn't too bad. I beat the one, which I think was the 4th run. So definitely possible, even early on, to beat it with skill. Here is our Lotus Lantern. This is the first part of your meta progression. As most roguelites have that, this is all your kind of more normal stuff. Now, I will say there's some roughness in the positioning of the words and some of the translations, and it's the text, the depth of how many words it takes to say something in English versus Chinese is huge sometimes. Like, we trade the ability to be specific for a more verbose, more words to say the same thing. So they would use less words, which is why sometimes you'll see stuff doesn't quite fit. Hopefully it'll get fixed in the future. I don't know if it will, but I hope it will. It doesn't hurt. I can still kind of figure out everything that I need to know, even if it is a little hard to read sometimes. So that does happen a couple of times. So if that's going to bother you, you probably don't want to be here. The translations are actually quite nice. Here's another section of your meta progression. These are actual abilities. The last thing was our regular meta progression. These are abilities that you get in your run to use in addition to your normal attacks. So these are the ones that I'm currently unlocking. The Firecrow Flask. Really good. I had a great run. That was actually the winning run that I had, was this one. And it was, I had just had pets triggering new pets that would make new pets, and it was everything you want this type of game. We have, one thing I will say is that we're going to skip her, but we'll come over here. First off, Chinese mythology, I got to learn something new. That by itself made this game worth it. I got to actually learn about the whole magical Lotus Lantern, and there's some neat stuff there. You are basically Wukong's disciple, and your mother is imprisoned under a mountain by the Jade Emperor, and you are attempting to rescue. So that is your basic plot. It all has some really nice Chinese voice acting, no English from none of that stuff. Here is your last part of your meta progression, which is you have a different sets of weapons. Now I'm gonna go with this one right here, this Phantom Slash. I feel like this is the safest one, so this will be the easiest one to play while we're talking. Some of these are very cool. So like this one, the one you start with these two. This one does regular slashes, but when you're hitting things, it does flying swords coming out of it, and you can cast another flying sword, which produces them to continue. So, very cool stuff. All the weapons are very neat. This is one of my favorites right here. You actually send these orbs out, and they get charged up, and you can group them out, and it's super fun. It's actually one of the safer ones, too, because you have a little bit of range on it. We're going to be using, they're all really cool. This one's really neat in how it works, but it is very complicated. We're going to go with this one. I think this is the easiest one out of all of them. These two are unlocked by default. All the rest of them I have unlocked. Now, the reason I say this is the easiest is because there's a mod that you'll tend to get. And if you see these guys who are just your copies, basically, those guys, there's a mod you can get that destroys. Okay, so this is our last spot of pre-run stuff, which is there is evolving difficulty that you can do, just like in Hades and those things, where you add more. In this case, a challenge, and you get awarded these when you win. So that is pretty nice. So basically, it's similar to Hades or Warm Snow, again, Realm of Ink. If you played those, you're fine. One of the things I would say is there's a crate over here, which has to do with. Oh, let's drop our quick go on him. That's our skill there, and I'll explain why we're dropping. Each presence of one duplicate on the field provides the character with an attribute enhancement. Oh, that would be good. Last clone in the queue will always land a critical hit. That's tempting, but I actually kind of want that. And so there's an upgrade that you can get in your... Since I usually try to talk about early upgrades that you'd want to get, in the meta progress at the Jade Lantern, there's an upgrade that actually specifies that there's a % increased chance for health to drop. Grab that one as soon as you can, because it goes from a 0% to you have a chance. So, similar to Hades and some of the other ones, these are elements, and you are going blessings from Nuum, and you can choose your flavor. In this case, I actually like, for this one, I really like air, because it has a lot to do with attacking faster. And I find the earlier levels, see, like those, see when I hit these, you'll see, like, green one, oh, beautiful. And you see those orbs? Those orbs, once they start during dash, 100% chance. 100% chance we definitely do. Ooh, that's tempting though. 45% chance on normal attack hit. I think we're gonna go with this because that's just gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a lot of extra damage. So when you're breaking these, you'll see these blue orbs. You'll see green orbs. The green orbs are the health ones, and honestly, I don't think I ever saw one drop from any of these until I had bought that first upgrade. So I would buy that. I would race to that one first. We're gonna skip most of these people because there's a lot of story stuff, and I'm still going through it, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Our artifacts are what I was talking about, where we do the cast, where the giant pagoda can just slam down on some guy. So we'll grab one of these. Divine sensibility is what you use to pay for your upgrades. So actually we'll go here, so that way we can get it. Now this would require us to get through this room without taking damage. Will I be able to do that? No that. These right here are, in my opinion, some of the hardest of the mobs in the game, are actually on the first couple of levels. And I find them hard because they tend to be behind a lot of big guys. Find it harder than some of the later guys. Later guys seem to have much easier patterns to get by. Let's see. Gale. I don't know what a grid is. I'm assuming a grid would be per level. But that wouldn't make sense in that. So I don't know what a grid is. If I knew what that was, I would take this. Sometimes there's a little bit of confusion. And, you know, part of that's probably on me. Taking hits, 60% chance of erosion. Ooh, let's refresh that. Windblade damage. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. There we go. And this is just like Hades, where you want to stack up sort of a gimmick or anything. Okay, now let's talk about these, because these are cool. Destiny beads are neat. Now, if you look over in the corner down here, you'll see I have the ability there, and it takes this energy. I have a couple of upgrades that give me energy already, which is very, very nice. So we can do that at the very beginning and take out that guy real easy. And then you get more energy by attacking, like, doing all that stuff. I have gotten that little blade around. I just don't know. Okay, so here's our spells. If I hit B, you can actually see what you have. You can mouse over it. By the way, one of the reasons that I'm making sure I kill things is if you look at the passive on this, you'll see that it says there, for each enemy killed by it, its damage increases by 0.1, which means if you get 3 or 4 of them per level, you're getting 2 or 3 extra %, which doesn't sound like a lot, but since it's another complete multiplier, it actually ends up being a lot of extra damage. You can see all your upgrades that you've taken. Now, these Destiny plate beads are very cool. We'll take this because that's going to make our life easier. You attach them here, and when you attach a full set of beads, and each bead does different things, and you can attach all 5 of them doing different things. They don't have to match or anything like that. So you get to pick what you want to do. When you get them all attached, this thing will actually upgrade into a new form. So it has a lot of mechanics going on in run and out of run, which is very nice. So we will play this for about 10 minutes, probably to this first boss here, and then we will and then we'll call that a day there. So I'm going for survival. I'm going for maximum damage because I want to beat him. So we're gonna go here, but this will generally give you 100 of the currency, which can be pretty nice. But I find that if you play to win, play with the concept of daily winning, you can actually get more because you're gonna be upgraded better. Hey boys. Yeah, see these ones, they do 2 shots. There's the first one. Oh my god. Oh. Yes. You can get actually good stuff. I think I had it. My guess, I had it up about. Oh, I missed. Oh no, I didn't miss. Yeah. There we go. By my count, I had it up by about 47% extra damage at the end of one of them. Okay, now these blessings are. What do we got here? Characters hit. We counterattack with an AoE fire explosion. I think so. Ooh, 15% chance to generate a fire spirit. We're going there. Now, you can load up on these little pets. Now, there's an upgrade that we're going to be hopefully getting for our little clones here, for our main one. And I think we got to get a technique manual for this. So, we will go ahead and keep going on fire. So a technique manual, we're looking for a technique manuals. Basically, they change a little bit about how your slave works. And what these specific ones are here looking for. Yeah, see, there's our little fire guys. And there's one that actually allows our clones attacks. So our little clones. It allows their attacks to actually destroy projectiles. Oh man, that makes things so much easier. Especially on the early levels. Later levels, like I said, for some reason, in my opinion, the later levels, the critical hits apply 2 stacks of flame. Nice. We're just going to generate fire spirits. More of these guys. We're going to have an army of them. That is our goal. All right. So, we got our first mid-boss. Okay, so this guy's he's actually not really super hard, generally. I do have to say that this is going to be a little bit different on this one because I usually have a different one of those equipped, and it's a ranged one, and it allows you to kind of dunk on him pretty easily. Because most of his stuff is just dashes and then you just gotta dive when he's visible. This thing has 2 forms. That one has that attack right there. There's a 3 one. Oh yeah, there it is. And then there's one that does like I think that was 6. It's either 5 or 6. Either way, there's 2 patterns on that one. Yeah, remember it. So that's kind of thing. Oh, yeah, you got me with that one. Ooh. Oh, moved on me. Hopefully, can I actually start? No. Okay. Oh, God. Said stop. Projectile. He's not too bad. He's actually, most of his patterns are actually pretty okay. Like when you first meet this guy, he just seems like too overrun. Especially because he does the range thing and he has 2 sets of them. there's a like a millisecond pause between them to kind of let you know the second set gets that. Sometimes I've already died. Ooh. Oh, sir. Whoa. Oh! He jumped out of my bag. Look at him. This game is definitely one thing I will say is the actual speed is you're not meant to be great. Like I just did. You need to dodge like way better than I'm doing right here. But I'm also talking to things. We're gonna get fire crows. Oh no. No, we'll take fire crows. We have to get rid of our tower, which is a bit of a bummer, but that got rid of our bead too. Let's go replace it. I think I have an upgrade that heals me a little bit. I gotta do better than that though. Not my best dodging job. That wasn't bad. Still bad. Wait, can I? But our little birds will do all kinds of work. Yeah. Yeah, I like the pets in this. Pets in this would do real well. Generate gusts. Spawns a fire meteor every 2 seconds. That's probably what we're gonna do. Yeah. Alright. Oh, no, it moved it. It just moved it. Oh, cool. I was wondering if it did that. That's awesome. So you don't lose out by changing them. That's a really good feature. Because I was worried that you would lose out by changing them. Let's go ahead and get it. We're looking for our technique manager. Hopefully, like I said, they have one that makes it so our little golden cones they can destroy the makes it so they can destroy projectiles. Projectiles get a little weird. I actually technically am not playing in an optimal fashion because I'm playing with the mouse and keyboard, and with definitely there's a little bit of weird magnetism sometimes, and some of the skills aim on mouse and keyboard in a combination of where your character's facing and where the mouse is pointing, and it gets a little weird sometimes. Last clone. Clone's attack can destroy enemy projectiles. I will literally pass on 2 epics to grab that right now. Because they're just like a shield sitting around us. We will very rarely get hit by any projectiles at that point. And that makes things needs to get in the first policy. Later. Oh no, we cut that out. Some days we didn't play. Some days not too bad. I really like this game. The plot so far has actually been. Find out about the whole Jade Lantern. It's neat. Basically, this is the kind of stuff I like. One of the things I always like in the game. Sometimes it moves up. Oh, okay. Get rid of that. Check out, please. Okay. We need a shop or something. Momentary void break active skill releases an additional powerful attack if the number of clones on field exceeds 4. Okay, I think that would be cool. Upon entering the room for combat, periodically gain 1 temporary avatar. I think that's going to be another clone. If that is, then that would be pretty neat. I haven't seen that one yet. This is shop currency. This is rolling for an upgrade. And I've done that before, so we will do that. Destiny plate beads would be nice, but new things to show. Alright, so this person. Again, I'm avoiding the conversation stuff, so you have a chance of getting any of these things. All right. I'd say what I'm hoping for is... Well, I was hoping for the health, but that works. It's okay. Oh, we do have 3 guys now. Yeah. All right. This is probably going to be the better This is going to be the better upgrade, I'd say, because that's going to give us a second active skill to use down here, and that would be good. Again, we can actually heal a lot because we have these health orbs that are dropping. You got to make sure you get that. That's very slow. Ooh. There is a... Okay, so your attacks... Okay, this is where the control is going to... Some people are going to have some problems. Ow. Your attacks have a certain amount of magnetism to the enemies and a certain amount of forward motion. So sometimes the behavior, you have to get used to it. Sometimes the behavior does a thing and you're not sure it's supposed to do it, and it doesn't turn out the way you think. Again, it is a recommended. Phew. I should probably have used my little birds that I had. I forgot to use my birds. Oh no! I'm gonna hit my everything. Okay, let's see. Hopefully, let's see. Dim light reduces the attack speed and enemies within a distance. That would be good. And then its passive is after casting the face-off monsters. Face-off skill. Oh, maybe this thing. I don't know. It's hard to read. The game's very fun, though. I actually have a blast playing. Let's see. Nectar activation. By the way, if you already have... You have 4 different slots, and each slot has a different name. And you can only use... So if you have one already in that slot, it'll show down here that you're exchanging it. So let's grab it. Okay, why not? So, like, that's now on our 3, but each of the 3s, there's a certain set of them on 3. Or whichever button. I think that would probably be O or X. Controller, I don't have it right here at the moment, unfortunately, so I can't check. Shop, yay! Oh, there's my free item. That was one of the upgrades, and it is definitely worthwhile. Let's see, we have 327, so we can actually grab this technique manual. Momentary void break, damage to the clone. Okay, we'll go that way. We'll buy the Fate Orb too. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the Gear Spirit there. We're going to try and get that bird buffed up. All right. The energy system is your attacks. Some of the special attacks will actually put in there. Yes, we are here to spar again. I talk a lot of smack for someone. Definitely tops. I understand how they disciple monkey. So most of the bosses have some pretty, I wouldn't call them like super easy patterns, but we have patterns to learn. I apparently did not learn them properly. And you do have indicators for large attacks like that. But since you have indicators and you don't lose, that makes it a little bit not super easy, but it makes it a little bit easier to dive in, do your damage, get out. Most projectile. Go, birds, go, attack! What did you do? That was weird. It's like he was blind for a second. Maybe I... Not spin the way. And it gives shots so I can actually get to the end of it there. Huh? Yeah, see, that's the mouse thing. If you lose where your mouse is, shoot you there. Let's go shots in. Because yet, we gotta build our iter just a little bit. Oh. Haha, we got it. And then you get that. That's the currency you use to unlock the weapons and the new abilities to use in your run. And that gives you like an improvement on a statistics. So we'll take a quick rate for that. And basically it'll keep going like this. I'll keep getting more and more, 2 more abilities. And we'll get more modifications, more talent manuals for what the clones do. By the time you're done, you'll probably have you'll end up with a bunch of seals. You'll end up with about 3 you'll end up with all these. Some of these will end up with all of their slots filled, and they'll be upgraded to do extra things, which is very, very, the whole system is very neat. It has a lot of layers, a huge amount of replayability. They factored the idea that your roguelite's going to be over and over again. So they really heavily leaned into making sure that there were systems in there to make sure all of your runs were distinctive and do different things. These blessings from the newer blessings and the different elements combining with different things over here. For example, one thing that I was saying, this is a little bit long and I apologize for that, but like the last time I had this, I had one of the sphere upgrades was actually a 10% chance on artifact hit to summon another thing. So every like time I would attack with the flock of birds, they were tending to spawn 1 or 2 more guys, and it allows things to spiral and do crazy stuff. It's a really fun game. The whole magical Lotus Lantern movies included are very interesting, and being able to learn that was very. So again, if you liked what you saw here, there will be a link to this Steam page in the description, and I hope you come back for the next one, and I hope you have a great day.